Hello, hello everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art. And excuse me, my dog is barking. Let me close the door before I get in trouble and nobody can hear me. I am completely under the weather, as you can probably hear in my voice. It has been a bad week for me health wise, but I'm slowly getting better. Now Michael is sick as well. Come on in, everyone. Say hello when you get here. Let me know where you're watching from and how the weather's doing for you today, because we are still having that cold weather. Are y'all still getting that cold weather? It's getting better though. It's getting better. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. So, we are here today live. I am streaming on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook this morning. Hello, Miss Elaine. Hello, Miss Ellen. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, it is getting warmer. Thank goodness. I just need to get rid of what I have here. So, hopefully, in the next few days, I'll start feeling better. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today is In the Den with Jen, number 19. It was supposed to be yesterday. I was supposed to go live with all of you yesterday, but we lost electricity about 30 minutes before I was supposed to go live, and it didn't come back on until like 2 o'clock that afternoon. So we were out of electricity for a few hours, and not exactly sure why. I don't know if somebody, I don't know what happened. We didn't even really check into it actually. So I figured it would, since I didn't know when the electricity was going to come back on, I figured it would just be better just to reschedule for the next day at the same time and try again. And so now we are back. And how do y'all like my shirt? This was a gift from one of my tribe sisters, and I absolutely love my shirt. I hope y'all like it too. I had to wear it today. Hello from North Carolina. Oh, thank you, Miss Elaine. Hopefully I'll be getting better soon. So we're going to be working today on an 8x8 canvas, and you can see right in the top right-hand corner, we're going to change this up a lot, but I just wanted to give you a reference. Let me see if I can find a bigger, here we go. I have another picture. I want you to look at it really quick. So here is the reference photo for you to use for our painting. And I also have a template that I created. I'm not going to be using the template, but I also have a template that I created. Thank you. I'm glad you love my shirt. I love my shirt too. And so let me make sure I have it in the comments here for y'all. I put it once already, but you may not have seen it. And so I'm going to post it again right now for you so that you can download a template for this. Okay. Oh, I didn't press send. Sorry. There we go. All right. And something else that I'm going to be talking about while we're painting is I am getting ready to celebrate 4 years in Jen's Den Art tribe, or Jen's Den painting membership. We started this in February 1st, 2020. It was right before COVID hit. I did not even know that COVID was going to be happening. And I decided to start a painting membership, and it is going to be 4 years already in February. So I am hosting a 4-year celebration, free Acrylic 101 10-day challenge for anyone that is interested in getting into or refining their skills in acrylic painting. We are going to be talking about composition. We're going to be talking about the color wheel and color theory. We are going to be talking about your basic supplies that you would need to start your painting journey. We're going to talk about inspiration, all that kind of good stuff. And we're actually going to paint too. We're going to have lots of little mini paintings and little homework assignments for you to stay active. We are going to play a bingo game that will keep you active. We'll be giving out prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it is completely free. So I want to make sure that you sign up for that too. And so I'm going to put another link in the comments right now for you to sign up for the Acrylic 101 Painting Challenge. And again, that is going to start on February 1st. Hello, Miss Linda. You are sick with COVID. Watching from Canada. Hi, Cecile. I hope y'all weather is good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I am going to do my best. Let me take my face out of the screen. And let me get this. There we go. Okay, so looks a little bit dark. Let me put this light on. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so we are going to start working on this painting. Hello, 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 Jimmy Gale, Thomas Sandoval. Hello, hello. Come on in, everybody, and say hello. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be working with just some basic acrylic colors. There's one special color that I'm going to add to this, and that's black, by the way. And let's get my white. And I am going to add a pretty color for my background. Ooh, I'm getting low on my white here. Let me see where I'm at. If y'all hear that humming noise in the background, there's our neighbors across the street are cutting down a tree. And so it is their, it's their, what you call that? You can tell I'm so under the weather. I'm like, my head is just foggy. Their chainsaw is going to town right now. Okay, so I'm putting Pyrrole Red. And now I can't get my burnt umber out. Black and white, Pyrrole Red, burnt umber. And I'm going to use this. I don't know if you noticed, like the foil is really golden and bright. So I'm going to use this for the gold. It's called Iridescent Bright from Golden. And it is, I don't know if y'all could see that. It is a fluid acrylic, okay? But you may have like just a craft paint that's an iridescent gold. You could try that as well. You don't have to have the same exact colors that I am using right here. Okay, another color I'm going to put down is some burnt sienna. And I really want, I'm going to start from scratch with this. I really want a background that makes this shine. So not shine, like not really shine, but I want a background that, let me take my face out of this camera so I can see better. I want a background that makes this pop. So I think I'm going to use like a blue. I'm going to try like an aqua blue on this for our background. But before I do the background or before I do anything, I'm going to try my best at sketching this out. So I have just a little charcoal pencil, and I am going to try my best to sketch this out. Now, again, you can download the template if you want it, but I'm going to just try. It's going to be hard to get that perfect. So mine may not look as good as y'all's if you use the template. I try not to use a template anymore because I try to make my my tutorials have a little bit of teaching about drawing things out as well. So I started doing that probably about a year ago. I started going through the drawing process on my tutorials. So this is going to be the line that comes right here. Okay, so that's going to give it that three-dimensional look. And then I'm going to have another line. Basically, this is the white area right here. I'm going to have another line come through. And then this is going to go about right here. Okay, so that's going to give it that three-dimensional look there. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's try that. Okay, then I'm just going to sketch out where my candy is going to go and the shapes of my candy. All right, so let me go to the middle. I'm going to have a candy here, a chocolate. Let's get one right here. Just following the shape of these. I need to go a little bit bigger than what I'm going. All right, here's one here. Here's a square one. I'm just kind of, I'm not really trying to draw everything, as you can tell. I'm just trying to give myself the placement of everything. And then that's going to make it much easier once I actually start painting because I can see where everything's going to belong. Okay, I think that is going to do it with my little charcoal pencil. Hello, hello, sprinkle the love. Thank you for sprinkling the love. That is a very good idea. I would love for you to sprinkle the love. Sprinkle the love, sprinkle the love. I love it. Okay, so there's my drawing. Now let's go ahead and start getting this painting going. I'm going to start with this bright aqua green, and I'm going to start with the background. So this is literally called bright aqua green. It's a Liquitex brand, and I'm not going to use it as the actual color. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white because it's kind of bright, and I don't want it to be quite that bright. So I'm going to take a large flat brush, and I'm going to dip into my white, and I'm going to pull some of this aqua green. What is it called again? Bright aqua green. Okay, so I don't want it to be quite so bright, but I really do love the color of it. And I just want it to be, I'm not going to make it like a solid color, like just kind of like, a coloring book or something. I'm going to make it kind of splotchy. And by splotchy, what I mean is I'm going to use some of the color. I'm going to do the sides too. Some of the color is going to be lighter green, and some of the color is going to be a darker green. So I'm going to kind of just mix around a little bit of the white and the green in different areas, and I'm going to keep it, I'm going to make sure that I keep it to have a little movement in the background. I don't want it to be just plain. See what I'm talking about? Like some areas are going to be darker and some areas are going to be lighter. So I'm just going to play with the color combination mixing the whites. Sometimes put more white on my paintbrush and mixing it actually on the canvas instead of on my palette here. And sometimes it's going to have more green in it. But we're just going to have some fun mixing this up. It's a really pretty color. And I chose this color because I know that red, red goes really well with this color. And I'm going to make my candy box have a little bit more red in it than the actual photo does. Right. I'm going to check your comments here too. I cannot see them at the moment. Hello, Miss Jackie. Hello, Miss Ruth. Thank y'all all for coming on. Yes, sprinkle the love. Let everyone know that we are painting a box of chocolates today, and it's going to be super fun. What a great little addition to your Valentine home decor. Do y'all decorate for Valentine's Day? I like to put a couple of little things out like this. I don't go crazy, but I do like to put out some little things like this. So this will be a fun addition. My drawing looks really good. Thank you. There is a template. If y'all are looking for a template, I'll put the link again. I'm hoping this is the right link. Let me see. No, this is the Acrylic 101. I'm going to put two links. This one is to sign up for the Acrylic 101 challenge. And then this other link here is to get the template, to download the template. It's an 8x8 template. Okay, it's an 8x8 template. That's what I'm working on today, is an 8x8. Let me just get these sides done right here. Miss Sandra or Leanne, Miss Leanne says she decorates her fireplace. Thank you, Miss Pat. She decorates her fireplace for Valentine's Day. I have a little area in between my kitchen and my breakfast nook that has a little cabinet, and on that cabinet I usually switch out my decor for the holidays, you know, whatever holiday it is, because if we have company that comes in, whenever we have people come over, that's like the first place that they see stuff. And so I like to keep that a little festive. All right, let me add a little bit of white in here. I'm so sorry about my I guess I'm hoarse and I'm still coughing, and whew, it's been a doozy. And now I gave it to my husband, so we're just pretty much in that crud right now. All right, I'm adding a little bit more white to all of this. All right, I like that. I don't want it to be too bright. I want to kind of keep it, it almost looks like a mint green, doesn't it? It's really pretty. Okay, so I know that photo does not do justice to what we're actually going to be doing in this painting. So I'm going to make this painting look a lot better than what the photo does. All right, so let's have fun with it, and let's go ahead, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start on, I guess I'm going to use this. This is like a angle brush. I guess that's good. I am going to use a really, really light brown. Okay, I'm going to take some burnt umber, some white, and a little bit of this burnt sienna. It's almost like an orangey color. And I'm going to start by just filling in the whole inside here. Get a little bit of water so that it moves a little better. I'm just going to work all of that in. So again, it's a brown, but it's kind of like, it's almost like a tan color. And you can see something. I hope y'all are seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know if y'all can see with a video. I think y'all can though. You see that charcoal pencil? You can see the charcoal pencil is coming up. My paint is lifting that charcoal pencil. And so it's kind of adding a little bit of a black or gray to the colors. And so that's going to mean that I'm going to have to use a few layers on this to kind of get rid of those little lines. But that's okay. I don't mind because you know I love layers. I love layers. So I'm just going to start by blocking in all of this with this brown color. Just mixing up a little bit more paint. Let's go with a little bit more of this. I like that orangey color. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be coming back with some other layers. So it definitely does not have to be perfect. I'm going to come right here and kind of give it a good edge. Let me do that here too. All right. I'm so glad that I'm painting today with all of you and sharing this because it's some good therapy for me today. And I hope it is for you as well. All right, I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to start down here. Now, this is going to be a little tricky because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of this red, not just the bottom. So I'm going to start with the Pyrrole Red. And I'm going to come in here. I do not want this to be perfect, okay? So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to add some fun, kind of like impressionistic style to this. So I'm going to start with this Pyrrole Red. And I'm going to keep it really loose. That already looks so much better. And on this side. And I see just a little tidbit of it right here. So don't want it to be perfect. All right, then right on this, I'm going to add some black to my Pyrrole Red. And I'm going to add make it look like a shaded area. Let's go a little bit darker. I know the photo shows that it's white, but I don't want it to be white. I want it to be red. Okay. I'm going to go all the way up here. We're going to fix it, but right now we're just kind of blocking it in. So I'm focusing on, just so you know what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, the top part right here, I want it to be much lighter. So I'm going to add a little bit of cadmium yellow to my paint palette. Just a little bit of yellow. If I can get it out, then we'll be doing good. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to mix it in my red. And I'm going to make more of a bright orange tone. I need a little bit more yellow. Now, you know what? I'm going to clean that off because I have black on my paintbrush. So the best thing to do, which I should be showing y'all, is just take a different paintbrush, okay? And instead of having to clean your paintbrush off all the time like I'm having to do, just use 2 different paintbrushes. I'm going to use this little round brush here because I have enough paintbrushes where I can use a lot of different paintbrushes. And I'm going to bring in, I want this to be light. I want this to be lighter. So you know that if you add white to bring in some brightness to red, you're going to make a pink. And I don't want to make a pink. So I'm adding yellow and I'm making like an orange right there. And then my other paintbrush, I'm going to go back to this black and Pyrrole Red. And I got to finish all of this right here as well. Okay, and if you notice, right on, just if you're looking at the photo, okay, right on the edge, you'll see some of the areas, and I'm going to show y'all that in a second. Some of the areas in the photo are very bright, and you've got really light colors. And then some of the areas in the photo, you can see a shadow. So even though I'm not using, let me just show you in the photo here. I'm going to bring it up larger for you to see. Oh, that's not the one, this one. Okay, so I want you to notice that when you look at the, like right on the side, like right here, pay attention to right here where I'm working, okay? Right on the side, right there. I know right now it doesn't look like anything. Right on that side, you can see some shadows, okay? You can see some different shadows occurring right there. And then right on the top part of it, like up here, you can see some brighter colors. So if you look at that, you can see right there, there's some brighter colors on that area. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to recreate that by adding those brights and those lights as we're working. So this is when you start getting into Let me add a little bit of white and see what that's going to do. This is when we get into, this is really bright right here. I'm going to just keep the white on top and not mix it in. Okay, and then right in here, I'm going to kind of bring in like a line. And that line's going to help. Ooh, I'm shaky. That line's going to help kind of add that three-dimensional look. And then also, I'm going to bring in a line right at the top of it. Okay, that helps a lot to get that three-dimensional look that we're trying to get. Okay, we'll come back and play with that in a minute. But you have to like almost like squint your eyes to see exactly what's happening. Now here's another area that I need to fix. That's really important for that 3-dimension. If you notice right here, my stroke is going kind of at an angle, but I don't need an angle right there. I'm going to show you again the photo. I wish I should have printed out a picture. I'm going to show you again. If you look right at that corner, right here at the bottom, there's not an angle. There's not an angle right here. It goes almost straight down like this. Okay, so on the edge right here, it goes almost straight down. Okay, so you have to pay attention to all those little details, all those little bitty things to try to get that dimension in here. And so I'm just going to play with this a little bit. And you can already tell that I'm giving it that depth. I'm going to make this come straight down right there. Okay, so that made a huge difference in the whole piece right there. I'm going to bring in a little bit of pink. I think the pink will look good. So I'm using the red. I want this to look like it's really bright right here. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. I want this to look like it's really bright. So the colors, that looks really good now. I'm very happy with that. The colors that I'm using, I like this color as well. Oh, that looks pretty nice. We're going to continue this, making all of this look like it's got that depth to it. Another area that I have to make a little more depth is this piece right here, right at the bottom, underneath that line. I want it to have different shades. Okay, so I'm going to wet my little round paintbrush, and I'm going to use that red and black. And that's a little bit too wet. Let me dab some of that off. And I'm just going to come down here, and I'm going to add a little bit of a darker shade of the red to show that dimension there. And if you feel like it's not enough, then okay, something I can do to help that is I can make this part a little bit lighter. And then you can start seeing those different shades coming through. That looks really good. Okay, so I hope that helps just a little bit with dimension, because dimension is really hard. It's one of the harder things to paint. And so we do a lot in my membership. We do a lot of working on that dimension and getting that right, those right, because you're painting on a flat surface, but you want it to look like it's 3D. So you have to pay attention to basically the values, all the different values and all the different shades of color that you're going to be using, because that's going to be the key to give your painting that dimension that you want. Okay. Now it's not, it's not one of those things that Cindy, are you on? Can you call Jen? Do we get the attention to remove the picture? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I just did all of this with that picture up, huh? Okay. Let me show y'all again. I'm so sorry, y'all. My brain is so foggy right now. All right, let me go back through what I just did. I made this line right here. Okay. This line, y'all see that line that I made? I'm actually using just a little bit of white paint. So I'm just going back over what I messed up. I made this line right there. And then on the top of the line, that line right there is the difference between the flat part of the heart and the side of the heart that's supposed to look like it's being raised up. Okay, it's the part that's being raised up. So I made a little line here to identify the two different areas. Okay, and then on the top of the line, I added some darker red so that you can see that shadow. Okay, top of the line, I added the darker red so you can see that shadow. And then I also went back and I did the same thing under the line for that flat part. I went ahead and I added some darker color. And then I made this bottom part, I was using the wrong color there. I made this even lighter. Okay, I tried to make this even lighter. All right. So I'm just working on that dimension there. See how it just adds a totally different level to your painting. Were y'all able to see this part, what I did right here? I don't know. Let's see. I'm so sorry, y'all. Looks 3D. Yes. Was the beige color a mix? Yes. The beige color was burnt umber. The beige color was burnt umber, burnt sienna, and white. Burnt umber, burnt sienna, and white. That's what I used there. Okay, I'm going to take a minute, take a sip of water. And I'm going to spray my paint on my canvas, because on my palette, because they're getting a little dry. All right. So we're on our way to our painting here. Now let's continue. This is going to be fun. I know it's only an 8x8, and I like the dimension that this painting has. So this is more about learning how to create that dimension in your painting than it is anything else. And I hope y'all are learning from that. So I'm going to take my burnt sienna and I'm just going to start using it for some of my chocolates. And this chocolate piece over here is like a dark chocolate. You can tell it's really dark. So I'm going to make this one dark. I'm just going to make an oval. That's all I need to do right now, is just make that oval. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. Just going to make it really dark. Probably should be using a filbert brush for this, which is actually what I'm going to grab right now. Let's see. Here's a good filbert brush. Perfect. Yay, I actually found a brush really fast. That's usually not the case for me. All right, so these two are just going to be little ovals like this. And I want to go a little bit darker, so I'm going to add a little bit of black. Just a little bit darker. These are our two dark chocolates. Okay. And we're going to start working on the dimension after I get the base. I'm just putting down a base coat. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to go ahead and paint this one in here. This is a pretty color. It's kind of like, it almost looks like caramel, doesn't it? So I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna to burnt umber. I'm going to mix the two colors together. And just going to paint that in. It's a little bit too dark. Let's go a little bit lighter. That's still a little dark, but we'll work on it as we go. Okay. And then I'm going to make these other ones a little bit lighter. I'm still going to use the burnt sienna and the burnt umber together, but let's add a little bit of white to that and see what we get. Let's add a little bit more white. Now the photo is actually, I fooled with the color temperature on the photo. And so the photo kind of shows it to be almost like orange, but that's not the real color of the chocolate. So I'm going to try to make it more the actual color of chocolate. And the reason why I fooled with the temperature of the photo before I posted it is because the red wasn't showing at all. The red was almost like it was hidden, this red. And I was trying to make the photo a little bit more appeasing to throw it out on social media, you know. So that's why I changed the temperature of the colors. All right, this one's going to be, are y'all starting to crave chocolate like I am right now? I am definitely wanting a box of chocolates. Okay. All right. So here we go. Those colors look really good. I'm going to make this one a little bit more red. And I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. All right. So I'm going to go down one more time with the size of my brush. I'm going to grab a small flat brush. I'm going to try two different sizes. Okay, this one is about 1/2 inch. This one's probably about 1/4 inch, I guess. And I'm going to start adding my dimension to my chocolates. Okay, I'm going to wet the ends of the paintbrush. And let me go ahead and bring this down just a little bit because I'm getting, let's see if I can get it to focus again. Give me just a second. Let me find my studio camera. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so I got it refocused for us. And what I'm going to do here is, let me get that off of my screen. Photo. There we go. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way down. This paintbrush would probably be the best for now. Make sure my paintbrush is wet. So I'm looking at this chocolate and I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm only worried about the candy right now. I'm going to worry about everything around the candy eventually. So right now I want to add some dimension to this candy. And I see a lot of different shades of to give it that dimension. So I'm going to start adding some white to my brown. And the first thing I see is the different areas. Some of it is dark, some of it is light. And so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to play around with that and just add a couple of light areas on top here. Okay, and I'm going to continue to do that on all of these. I'm going to look at the candy, and there's all different shades of brown in there. So I'm just going to almost like squint my eyes to see all of those different shades. You can see the glare on the candies. And so I'm bringing those pieces. That's a little bit too. All right, now this one, I have to look at two different things. I have to look at right here. I see I have a lighter shade right there. Let's go a little bit lighter. Okay, and then I have some stripes on it. I'm going to worry about the stripes later. Right now, I'm just worrying about the different values. I see a little bit of lightness there. Okay, now here I see much lighter right there. Almost like a white. And then some little areas that are bright. I'm only worried about the brightness right now. I'm going to come back with some of the darks as well. Okay, let me continue. I'm going to go back and add the little bit of orange that I see here. And then on this one, I'm going to add the brown, the darker brown. And not only that, now let's start focusing on, I'm going to go with a smaller paintbrush. I think this one's a little bit too big. I'm going to go with the darks, okay? So I'm going to start bringing in all of the shadows. I'm going to use black and brown for the majority of it. Black and burnt umber. And I've gone down one notch in the size of my paintbrush. And I'm just going to start adding some shadows on the outside. So I'm looking at, now I've focused my attention more on not only the candy itself with these dark colors. I'm going to add a few of these dark colors in on the candy as well, but also around the candy. Okay, so that was super dark back there, but as we come up closer, it's not going to be quite so dark. We're going to go with a little bit of a lighter brown. See if I can get a good shade here. Now, I want it to be darker than the candy, but I don't want it to be black because I have to have some contrast. Now you see it's still a little bit too close to the candy color. So I'm trying to make it a little bit darker. Right here, need to go darker. And just keep on referring back to my photo. You see how it's all coming together? I love painting things like this. At first, when I started painting 8 years ago or so, I did not like to do detail. But as I'm getting further and further into, you always change. You always come up with something you like better or worse. Or you just change, like your whole style change. We're always evolving in everything that we do, regardless of what it is. And when I first started painting, I did not like taking the time to have detail like this. But as I've grown as an artist, I find that you can start appreciating. I think it's because I've learned how to create the detail a little more that I really started liking it, because I'm just going to bring in a few different shadows in here on the edges. Right in here, there's some shadows. A little bit darker in some areas. Okay, let me just kind of bring all this together up here. We're going to add that gold at the end, and y'all are going to just see it pop. Okay, this right here. A few little shadowy areas in there before we do our final touch. I'm going to go into my candies again, and I'm going to add a little bit more dimension. Just a little bit. You can add as much or as little as you want, but you see right here, I'm going to add some little darker spots. And those little darker spots are going to make it even more dimensional. Isn't this so cute? I think it's adorable. It's all coming together. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this I'm kind of excited about this part. Are y'all excited too? Do y'all see how it's all coming together? It's looking so good. This is called iridescent gold, iridescent bright gold. Okay, and I am going to use that for the candy wrappers. And I'm going to use this small brush, and I'm just going to start, oh my goodness, I'm just going to start tapping around each one of these. And I'm also going to make a little bit of this gold come out there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now you're going to start seeing it all come together. So I'm looking at the photo, and I'm just using this iridescent gold. I'm skipping around. I have this bad habit of I get ADD and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to go over here, and I start skipping around all over the place. I'm going to add some of that gold all the way around here too. And even in the painting. Let's make that a little more prominent. And we're not going to be done yet. We still have some highlighting to add as well. All right, all of this is going to get some gold. Is this not the cutest thing? This I probably should have come down a little bit more, but I'm just going to leave it. All right. Let's let that, oh, I see a spot I missed. Let's let that dry a little bit. And then we're going to come back with some more highlights. And I have to kind of work in some of these lighter browns, just a little bit on the edges. Kind of lost my my wrapper, my candy wrapper look. So I'm trying to get that back a little bit. Like the little cups, you know, the foil cups. I feel like I lost the I probably put the gold strips a little bit too close to the candy. Probably should have gone a little bit further out. But you can fix it. That's the joy of acrylic paints. You can fix it. See, like I feel like my little gold strips are too close. So I'm going to kind of cover them back up. Right in here. Especially right here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm kind of liking where I'm going with this, and I'm just going to add a little more overlapping. And then let's go with some white. I'm going to grab some white and I'm going to highlight just a few of these little gold strips here to give it even more dimension. You can see like some of them are super, super bright. So I'm going to put some white on top of them. And I'm also going to add some white right here. Yeah, like that. A little bit there. All right. What do y'all think? This one's definitely a fun one. Oops, did not mean to put that red right there into the red. A little bit of dimension right here is needed. Okay. A little bit, oops. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to ground this by adding a little bit of a shadow right on the base. Just a teeny, teeny bit of a shadow right on the base, right here. To kind of make it look like it's, you know, it's sitting on a table or something. Get all that dimension. It's all about the dimension. It's about getting that look that you want with those shadows and the shading. Shading is so, so important. All right. And there we go. And don't forget to sign your piece. And I'm going to sign mine with G. I'm going to go right here. G L. Okay, that's a GL. And then I actually make this look like a D because of Jen's Den. So that's my initial. And I am going to come back on so y'all can see me again. There I am. Now I'm on the other side, huh? And I'm going to show you this view as well. My hair is all crazy. I'm going to show you this view as well. Let me take this out of the camera. Okay, there we go. Look how cute. Is that not adorable? Okay. I think it's so cute. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun painting it all with you. I just want to remind you, we do have a template. Okay, we do have a template, and I'm going to post it again in the comments. There is an 8x8 template if you want to follow the template. I did not follow the template. Okay, I just hand drew it, so it's not perfect. You know, it doesn't look exactly like the photo, but y'all, this is so much fun. Let me put it back in the camera so y'all can see it again right here. Also, starting on February 1st, it is totally free. It is a free acrylic 101 challenge, and I'm going to find the link again. Uh-oh, my mouse is saying, no, you're not. I can't find it. If any of y'all have, my mouse is not working. I think my mouse is about dead. I can't get my mouse to work. So if somebody would just share, oh wait, here we go. I can't get it to work. Okay, there we go. Sorry, y'all. It's one of those days. All right, there we go. I got it. This is for the Acrylic 101 Challenge. We're going to be working together for 10 full days starting on February 1st. It is totally free, and I hope that you come and join us and give us an opportunity to spend some time with us and get to know us and see what we're all about and learn more about acrylic art and have fun doing it, because that's why I do it. It's so much fun. And it is a therapy for me. I have suffered with depression and anxiety for the last 20 years of my life. And this is one of the things that really helps me a lot. Whenever I walk out of here, even my husband will tell me, he's like, you must have painted today. And I'm like, yeah, I did. He's like, I can tell you're in a good mood. So yeah, come and enjoy what we have to offer. Michael comes on our lives for the tribe. He comes in and he provides a prayer request service for us. So we also are a Christian group. We do have some prayer requests that we do provide inside our membership, and it's just a fun group. And so I hope you come and enjoy the 10 days free with us and see what we're all about. And I can't wait to see you on the inside. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye. Let's see if I can get my mouse to work to turn us off. Like literally.